So why did a 103-year-old company that built its brand equity throughout these years suddenly decide to change its logo and entire brand identity? What was once one of the most popular brands in the world is suddenly facing 97% decline in sales. In this video, we'll be talking about how the iconic Jaguar came into existence and why is it extinct now. Let's make the Jaguar rebrand simple to understand.
Well, the Jaguar Drivers Club comes of age this year, and the gentleman behind the wheel is one of the most distinguished names in the British motor industry, the man who started the whole thing, Sir William Lyons. Sir William,
See, Jaguar didn't start with sports cars, but with sidecars. In 1922, William Lyon and his neighbor William Walmsley decided to start a sidecar company, calling it the Swallow Sidecar Company. Eventually, they did get into creating cars, but for other manufacturers. But it wasn't until 1932 when they launched their first car, the SS1. And their logo was a bold double S, representing the initials of the parent company. But history had other plans. See, Schulz-Staffel was one of the primary paramilitary organizations under the Hitler's regime. The double S from Swallow Sidecar Company's logo looked very similar to Schulz-Staffel's logo, which meant that the SNS logo was now linked to the atrocities caused during the war. And by the time World War II ended, the company wanted to get away from this logo and decided to change its name to Jaguar Cars Limited. And that's when the famous Jaguar logo came into existence. Mid-flight, mid-motion, elegant and aggressive, all at once. After which, as years passed by, the logo kept changing ever so slightly. But all this was super close to what the brand already was and what the brand wanted to represent, which is the premiumness. But why the drastic change now? Why did the brand do something to move away from their core group of users and alienate them? In 2008, the Indian Tata Group wanted to expand to the global car market, and for this, they decided to form JLR, a holding company to acquire brands Jaguar and Land Rover from Ford for a whopping $2.3 billion and operate it all under the same holding company. And even though the JLR group has reported consistent revenues in the last 5 years, the sales number of Jaguar tells a different story altogether. In April of 2025, the brand sold just 49 cars across the continent of Europe, the number which was close to 2,000 the same month last year. And many brand advocates still believe it's because of the rebrand.
Jaguar CEO Adrian Mardell has stepped down.
Last year, Jaguar set the record for the worst rebrand in history. Their sales have collapsed by 98% in Europe.
The rebrand video was something else. The colors, the vibe, the tone didn't represent what Jaguar stood for, which resulted in the current consumer base feeling unattached to a brand that they loved deeply. But let's talk about sales here. Is it even true? Is it even possible for a brand to change their logo and their brand identity and notice such a significant dip in their sales? See, before we criticize Jaguar, it's important to understand what they are doing. In 2021, JLR signed up a science-based target initiative to become an all-electric, zero-carbon emission brand across their supply chain, production, and operations by the end of 2039. So based on this, Jaguar decided to launch an all-electric lineup by 2025 and stop the production of all its legacy internal combustion models. But here's the twist. With rising semiconductor shortage across the globe, the production kept facing delays, and now the EV lineups are expected to hit the market by early 2026, which means Jaguar dealers across the globe have close to zero inventory to sell and will continue to do so throughout 2025, as there are no new electric vehicles available to replace them. And while Jaguar struggled, its competitors thrived, all because they decided to gradually expand their offerings to EV while still catering to their core audience. Even Jaguar's sister company, Land Rover is destined to go all electric, but making the shift gradually is what made the difference for them as well. So even though the rebrand itself was problematic and failed to maintain any sort of connection to Jaguar's customers, the execution of rebrand just added to their problems. So whether the rebrand is a success or not would be determined by the sales number once the EV line hits the market in early 2026. But till then, all we can do is sit and analyze. This is Shankuk Tripathi and you're watching Simple Plan Media. And we talk about everything in and around branding. If that sounds interesting to you, hit the like button or maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.